Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, December 27th. It is the last week of 2023. Wow. I can't wrap my head around it, if you want to know the truth. Very anticipatory for 2024. I really am. So I thought this morning we would kind of look at what Spirit wanted to bring through for us. Maybe not so much a daily guidance, but what is 2023 closing out? So I think, what is it that we need to know? And I definitely feel like it's tied into this full moon energy that we're moving out of, this Cancer full moon energy, which all these full moons and new moons and solstice and eclipse and portals have been profound. They've been powerful. You've been experiencing a lot of ascension energy, ascension symptoms. I'm not a medical provider. I'm not giving medical advice, but headaches, ear ringing, nausea, fatigue, aches and pains, especially in the shoulder and neck area, lower back. When we're going through it energetically, we're absolutely going to feel it physically because we're all one system, right? We just have many different parts of that system. So I thought I would come on this morning and kind of see what Spirit wanted to bring through as far as, what do we need to know in this full moon energy of Cancer? So I think this is going to be kind of a general reading for the sign of, for all signs, but the full moon in the sign of Cancer. And what does Spirit want to bring through? So I think that's what we're going to do this morning, which is going to be a little different than a daily guidance. So take what resonates. Thank you for those who were here for Tarot Tuesday. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And we actually, the messages were deep. The messages were deep. So we actually used the Star Codes Astro Oracle by Heather Roan Robbins, and each message was very profound. So that's another, I would say, resource if you're looking for some guidance or some support. Really listen to that video. You don't have to watch it. You can listen to it. And for some of you, and for those of you that I did pull, for those of you that were on the call and didn't get a card pulled, but did resonate with a card, I would absolutely invite you to rewatch or re-listen, because I read every card and they were at least 3 or 4 paragraphs long. And so there was a lot of information packed in. And let that, sometimes we have to listen to things more than once for us to really take in everything that is being said, or hear what we need to hear. Because sometimes when we're listening to something, we have that hope that we're going to hear what we want to hear, or we have that expectation of hearing what we want to hear or needing to hear. And that kind of keeps us from really absorbing what Spirit is bringing us. So I would absolutely invite you to listen to any reading more than once, especially if you got done and you thought, okay, that was really good. You probably didn't absorb everything. And I've done that on more than one occasion when I've listened to someone and I'm like, whew, that was amazing. And then a day later, I'm like, I know it was amazing, but what did they say? So feel free to listen to that more than once. Sorry, guys. As you know, my nose kind of took off there. All right, so I am having my first cup of coffee with you, so good morning. So what do we need to know as we come out of this Cancer full moon energy? What is this Cancer full moon bringing us? Shifting in us? Ending for us? Releasing for us, right? Full moons are about releasing. And there's still we're still in the energy of it. So if you're really feeling like there's something you want to let go of, I would absolutely invite you to do a little ritual or ceremony with yourself in a candle and a journal, and then burn whatever needs to be burned, right? Let go of whatever needs to be let go of, and do that in a safe place, right? Do that safely. I actually had an experience where I was burning my piece of paper in not the safest vessel, and the glass actually exploded. And I had a little bit of a situation on my hands. It scared the hell out of me. I really thought I'd really started a house fire. And so I'm really, really careful, more careful, and probably don't do it as often as I should because of that experience. So I do need to start getting outside and getting back to really releasing, transmuting those words on the page into air energy, right? Into smoke, taking it back into the Mother Gaia universe, right? Letting it go, letting it be transmuted. All right, so let's find out what Spirit wants to bring through for us today, and kind of delving into this Cancer full moon energy for all of us. What would be most beneficial for us to know at the end of this? Whew. Whenever I see this card, I don't know if you're a Trekkie like I am, but it always makes me think of the Borg. Resistance is futile. And I feel like that's what this full moon is allowing you to do. Wherever you've been resistant to change, to transformation, to releasing, whether it's a relationship or a situation, a change that's been happening that you've not been leaning into. It's been happening around you, and you've been it's like you've been holding your place, right? And your place is shifting, your place is changing. And so I really do feel like this full moon is in some way helping you release the resistance to whatever it is you've been really holding on to or trying to keep the same. So let me just turn that off. So I feel like that's really, for some of you, it's this resistance that's keeping you stuck. This resistance to change, to taking the next step, to going in a different direction, to taking the leap of faith, to moving away from what's hurting you. Sometimes we get into this situation where we're breaking our own heart because we're really trying to hold on to something that has changed or needs to move on. But we want to stay comfortable. So I do feel like kind of take a look around and really be honest with yourself. What am I holding on to? What am I not letting go of? What am I trying to keep the same, even though it's not? It's not the same. They're not the same person. The situation isn't the same. But I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to hold on to it. And how's that working out for you, right? Because it's not. It's not. Yeah, this full moon is bringing you fruition. It's bringing you the unveiling of where you need to go. That you need to move situations, you need to move homes, you need to move business, you need to move work, you need to move focus, you need to move the resistance. You need to let go of the resistance. That's how you get the fruition. That's how you get the newness. That's how you get things starting to work out for you in your favor. But you've got to unveil, unmask what you're resisting before that new growth can come in. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, those of you watching on the replay. Thank you for the hearts and the shares. Thank you for the comments. #replay. But it's time. It's time to really be honest with yourself. Where am I resistant to change? Where am I resistant to opening my heart? Where am I resistant to investing in myself, investing in my passion, investing in my goals, spiritually, energetically, emotionally, financially? Where am I resistant to investing in my own spiritual awakening, in my own connection to spirit? Where am I resisting? What is holding me back? Because when I unmask that, and I love on the fruition card, there's a full moon. Look at that. When I unmask that, that is when I see things clearly. And that's when the blessings start flowing in. That's when the new starts growing in my life. All right. Let's dig into this. Let's dig into this. All right, let's dig into this. And I feel like the message that's going to come through is what is on the other side of letting go of the resistance. So for those of you who are really, really afraid to change that relationship, change your career, accept things are no longer how they were in whatever form of your life that really resonates with. Because for some of you, you have shifted. You internally, energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically have shifted. You have ascended. You're not the same. And this Cancer full moon is bringing about where, now that you've internally shifted, where that shift needs to occur in the external. Right? Because we can't change on the inside and then our outside not change. We can't grow exponentially on the inside, create a well of positivity or gratitude, forgiveness. We can't now have communication with our higher self and get the intuition of what decision to make or what way to go or what passion to put energy in, and then things in our external reality, our physical reality, not shift, right? Yeah, you're coming into new friendships, new emotional experiences, new emotional connections that is going to fill up your cup. So you have to shift away from the people in the situations that they are where they are. They're not bad. They're not good. They're learning and growing in their own way. But in this time, you're growing in different ways. You're going down different paths. And the Page of Cups is here to say it's okay, because you're still going to get your cup filled. You're still going to, but it's going to be in new situations, in new relationships. Yeah. The Three of Pentacles is saying it's time for action. It's time for new community. It's time for new connection. It's time for a new tribe. It's time for working with others. Working with others. For some of you, you really are switching careers, jobs, places of business. And it's going to bring in new money. It's going to bring in cooperative money. It's going to bring in resource that does feel stable, right? Triangles create stability, right? They're very stable. They've got that base. That's what I feel like. I feel like you guys are in this new moon energy. When you release the resistance, right? The fruition is stable. The fruition is feels good. It feels good. Because you're not holding on to something that doesn't serve you anymore. You're not lying to yourself anymore that things are going to change or things are going to get better or someone's going to step up to the plate. They are where they are. They are where they are. All right. That's why, because we are coming into, the sun is coming out. Look at that. The angel of happiness. Things are moving in a positive direction as long as you open that hand. On this resistant card, if you notice, the hand is closed. And all you have to do is just open it up. And that's all the new growth. It's time. It's time to open it up. So things are really moving in a positive direction, even though in this full moon energy, the shifts are happening. The shifts are happening. Oh, yeah. The angel of the past, judgment. So for some of you, there is going to be some past situation you're able to just let it go in a way that you've never been able to let it go before. You're able to move on joyfully, happily, in a way that you've not been able to before. I feel like this very emotional Cancer full moon is really healing your emotions. It's really shifting your emotions, especially around situations of the past. And that's why you're able to now step into the new. You're able to step into what you want, where you're going. And it feels lighter and it feels good. And for some of you, you're going to be getting some kind of positive judgment on a situation that you've been really struggling about. So for some of you, you really could be getting that answer you've been waiting for. And I feel like it will be beneficial. No matter how it plays out, it will end up being beneficial for you. So I feel like whatever the judgment is that's coming in is going to be helpful, helping you release the past. I feel like the judgment is helping you really put something to bed. So for some of you, this is going to be a judgment in some kind of legal issue. Again, not giving any legal advice. Take this for what it is. But I do feel like there is a positive shift coming for some of you that has got to do with, business dissolving, divorce decree, bankruptcy. For some of you, it's the buying of a house. For some of you, you're signing your closing paperwork. So there's a big judgment coming with this Cancer full moon that's going to be beneficial. For some of you, that'll happen this week. For some of you, that'll happen in a month. But I do feel like things are moving in a very, very positive direction. And no matter what this Cancer full moon is bringing, because it's bringing you the end of the sadness, the end of a situation that was hurting your heart, the end of a sadness a situation that was creating conflict in your life. So things are definitely moving in a positive direction after this Cancer full moon, but you have to do the action piece, which is let go of the resistance. Let go of the resistance. Accept, surrender. You don't know the how and the why. Maybe you don't know the who or the what. You just know that everything is working out for your highest and greatest good in this Cancer full moon energy. Because it's time. It's time for things to be new. New growth, new opportunity, new community, new resource. It's all coming in as long as you take a deep breath and believe to receive. Good morning. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning, Cynthia. So the advice. Oh. Yeah, there it is. And for those of you struggling to release, that's how you do it. This is what you need. This is the advice. This is what moves you forward. Oh, and look at that on the bottom of the deck. Ask and receive. There it is. Your advice is the advice. Forgiveness and and surrender. Look at that. Brings harmony and resolution. Hello. Those of you that have really, really, really been struggling. The ending, resisting the change, resisting the advice, resisting the opportunity, resisting the release, whatever you've been resisting. Forgive it. Understand why or what it's bringing you. What's on the other side of that forgiveness. Ask and receive. Surrender. Because it brings harmony and resolution to any situation. You're moving forward. This Cancer full moon may put you through it emotionally. But this is where you need to sit down, get quiet, and ask Spirit, what am I resisting? What am I energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally resisting? What is it that I got to let go of or change or transmute? Help me to surrender. Help me to forgive. Help me to know what I need to ask for, or the ability to be able to ask, and then allow it in. Surrendering isn't the absence of fear. Surrendering is the leaning into the fear and saying, I'm taking my hands off the wheel. Spirit, you have me. Bring me what I need. And when you're waiting, stay in gratitude. Let go of the fear and the hate and the loneliness and the abandonment and the unworthiness. Keep working your program, your practices, your connection, your ritual, your meditation, your journaling, your connection to Mother Gaia, your yoga practice, whatever it is. Surrendering isn't passive. Surrendering is active. Doing your part, doing what you can without trying to force anything. And that's where the harmony and resolution is able to come in. Good morning, Colleen. Whew. It's time. And so for some of you, you're really going through it right now because the resistance has been a long time. You've been resisting the change a long time. You've been not wanting to go where you're being led for whatever reason. But in this full moon energy, some of you, there's no alternative. Or you now are getting another example of why you need to go. You're getting another lesson to help you recognize what you're resisting. And as uncomfortable as it might be, if you can look at it as beautiful, that you are where you are and the situation is where the situation is, or the person is where they are, and not have any animosity or anger about it, just love and compassion for they are who they are. It is what it is. I've shifted. I've changed. I have to go and do and be, because that's where my blessings are. That's where my resources, that's where my happiness is, right? The Sun card. And I can leave this business, or I can leave this relationship, or I can leave this situation through the lens of compassion. It gave me what I needed when I needed it, but that's not where I am anymore. That's not who I am anymore. And for some of you, it does need to be a complete disconnect. And for some of you, it just needs to be a moving away, where you don't have to completely disconnect, but you're just not a part of that anymore. And that's okay. Surrender. Forgive. Allow the gratitude for what you learned, for what this taught you, what you were able to transmute through it. Love yourself. Give yourself grace. Let go of any need to be perfect, perfectionism. Because it's time to not be sad anymore. It's time to get into joy and excitement and passion, harmony and resolution, balance in your life for what you need, for where you are. And that can feel selfish sometimes. It might sound selfish, but it's spiritual selfishness. And for those of you who have been traumatized early, who have been the people pleaser because of it, or always felt you had to be perfect for everyone else or the situation, walking on eggshells, afraid to upset the apple cart, for fear of getting hurt or not having what you needed. It's all trauma response. And this Cancer full moon is going to help you to be able to move away from that and move into your authenticity, your power, your connection to your divinity, your magnificence, that spark of the divine that is within you, connecting to it, loving yourself, working with your higher self to make the choices and decisions that are right for you, not feeling alone ever, because you're never alone. Spirit is always walking right beside you. That was an amazing amazing message. And I will honestly tell you that that came through me, and I will take just as much out of it as you will. Have a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. Sending you so much love and so many blessings. And if you want to work with me in my online community, receive an IET session at 25% off. It's all in the description box. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Awesome. Also tonight, I will be in my Living in Love community at 6:30 p.m. for the meetup, which is the healing session. So it is the last meeting of this year. And if you're someone that does truly need help with releasing resistance, this would be a great meeting to attend. It is in my online community, which is a monthly membership, but that will also get you the 50% off the Evidential Medium course that we start on January 11th. So again, more information in the event tab on my website, but I did want to kind of put that in there that the meeting is tonight at 6:30 p.m. For those of you already in my community, a reminder, and for those of you who might be needing extra support, that would be a beautiful way to get that. Oh, awesome, Cynthia. All right. Have a beautiful day, guys.